Hi everyone, today I want to talk about common mistakes that piano students make without even realizing it. These habits can slow you down, cause unnecessary tension, and make your practice sessions less effective. So let's dive in. Number 1. Pressing too hard, especially when practicing on an electric piano. If you practice on an electric piano mostly, you might notice it doesn't feel or sound like an acoustic grand. Not quite. A common issue is pressing too hard because the volume is lower than the actual acoustic grand piano. I feel it myself when I practice on an e-piano or even on a grand piano with a closed lid. So when the lid is closed, the sound is so much less bright that I instinctively want to play harder. Whereas when the lid is open, I have a sensation that I have to barely put any effort to produce a great sound. This extra pressure creates tension and fatigue, which seriously holds you back. If you're serious about improving and don't have a grand piano at home, try to find one and to practice on an acoustic grand piano with an opened lid at least once a week. Maybe there is a practice room you can rent for 1 hour a week, a friend with a grand piano, or even a local church where you could arrange to play sometimes. Getting used to the real touch on an acoustic instrument will make a huge difference in your control and expression. Number 2, forcing through difficult sections. When you hit a difficult passage, do you slow down and figure it out, or do you just push harder and hope for the best? Many people choose the second approach, trying to force their way through challenges instead of finding efficient solutions. So imagine there's a wall in front of you and your goal is to reach the other side. Of course, you could try smashing through it with brute force, or you can simply look for a door or way around. That's what proper piano technique is, finding the most natural, efficient, which is unfortunately not always intuitive way to play instead of struggling with unnecessary tension. If you want to play advanced pieces in the future, it's worth investing in a teacher who can help you refine your technique. I've seen so many cases where bad habits led to injuries or became so deeply ingrained that fixing them took years. So don't let that happen to you. When we practice for a long time, our concentration fades. Often, we don't even notice it until suddenly we think, wait, what have I actually been doing for the last 30 minutes? If you were in this situation, like me, put hand emoji in the comments. To avoid this, there's a great strategy: micro breaks. Set a timer every 10 to 15 minutes if you are a beginner or intermediate pianist, and every 20 to 30 minutes if you are advanced. When the timer rings, stop immediately whatever you're doing. Close your eyes. Let go of all thoughts. Don't think about the piece you were working on or anything else, not planning your dinner. Just focus on your breathing and enjoy the silence inside and around you. And sit like this, 20 to 60 seconds. No thoughts, no distractions, no phone scrolling, not making any plans for today. And these small breaks help reset your focus and prevent the frustrating moment where practice feels pointless because your mind is too tired. So try this for a few days and let me know in the comments if you feel any difference. Now, this might sound harsh, but if you are always looking for pleasure in practicing, you're probably not practicing effectively. Real practice isn't about playing your favorite pieces over and over for fun. It's about having a clear goal and methodically working towards improvement. In my coming video, I will share my own routine on how I learn a new piece, and the real pleasure comes later when all the work pays off. Many people assume that slow pieces are easy because they sound simple, right? But this is precisely what makes them so deceiving. They often use complex harmonies, require delicate control, and can be surprisingly difficult to memorize, even for a professionally trained musician. So if you're being playing as a hobby for a couple of years and you're struggling to memorize the Moonlight Sonata or the Fourth Prelude by Chopin or Clair de Lune by Debussy, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. These pieces may not have fast runs, but they demand extreme control and deep musical understanding. So be patient, please. Appreciate the beauty in simpler pieces and don't rush into pieces that are too advanced. I suggest a 4 to 6 week rule. If you work on a piece daily for, let's say, a month or 6 weeks, but still don't see the end of it. When you don't have a sensation, then okay, 1 or 2 weeks and I'm ready. If that sensation doesn't come, likely the piece is too hard for you. Then put it aside. Take something less hard and return to that piece next year. It's absolutely okay to offset projects or pieces if you overestimated your abilities or resources. And it's actually a very necessary but very hard skill to master, to be able to predict how much time you need for a piece which you have never played. And I myself mistake quite often, and sometimes I overestimate and sometimes I underestimate the amount of piece. That's why when I take a piece for a performance, I usually start practicing it, at least having twice as much time as I think I might need. And sometimes I finish the piece surprisingly faster than I thought, and then I just have the extra time of margin of safety. But at least I try to prevent situations where I underestimated my ability to master something quickly and the concert comes and I'm not ready. This is the situation where I definitely don't want to be. If you are unsure about a piece's difficulty, check out graded lists like A, B, RSM to get a sense of what's realistically achievable for your level. So thank you for watching this, and check out my comprehensive courses on specific pieces and general technical topics where I explain how to practice effectively, to master pieces faster and build efficient piano playing technique.